Welcome to another series from Bayesian Quest. Like in the other series of Bayesian Quest, this series also will concentrate on building and business application powered by machine learning and artificial intelligence. In this series, we're going to build a road pothole detector. And you might wonder who would want such an application and what is the utility of such an application? Well, infrastructure companies who build and maintain roads will have great utility for such an application. Now they would like to know at what stretch of the road there would be potholes and what is the size and quantum of that pothole. Now this is not restricted to just pothole detector. Now the specific skill sets which you're going to learn in the whole series, you'll be able to adapt to different scenarios. Like say for example, you have a farm and you want to detect say stray animals who comes into the farm, or you want to build a security system for your home detecting whether any intruder comes near your home, or you want to count say the number of cars which are passing through your locality. Different applications can be made based on the learning which you get from this series. Now in this series we're going to foray into one very important area, and that's about computer vision, and specifically object detection in computer vision. So in the whole series you're going to learn different techniques or different algorithms in object detections, like your YOLO, your RCNNs, then TensorFlow object detections, and you will also learn how to build an object detector from scratch, using some of your basic principles. In addition to this, you will be learning some very important skill sets, and that's to build your own data sets and annotate them. So these are things which you would learn, which will help you in adapting this learning which you have from the series into different other use cases which you would have. So I'm going to assure you that this is going to be a very exciting journey in this series, and you will learn a lot, immense things which you can adapt and use for your own use cases. Let's quickly look at the complete list of topics which we'll be covering during this series. Now let's look at the different topics which we'll cover during this series. Now the first one is the introduction to object detection, which is this specific post. So here we will have a theoretical underpinning towards and a conceptual underpinning on what object detection is and what are the different methods for object detection. The next post will be about how to prepare data sets for for object detection. Now you have different data sets which are freely available, like your COCO data set is a very famous data set which is used for object detections. Now these are all pre-fed for you, and then it detects common objects. Now if you want to do some object detection specifically for your use case, specific for you, say for example you are working in a factory assembly line and you want to detect defects in the products. In that case you will have to build your own data set for that. So the second post is introduction into how to build your own data set, how to collect your own data set. It's not just about collecting your data set alone, but how do you annotate that? Because in object detection what is required is you have to have a bounding box and the XY coordinates for those bounding box within an image. So you'll have to detect an object within an image and then get that bounding boxes. So this is what we will cover in the series, how to build your own data sets, and you will be using a special tool called the label IMG. So we'll cover that in the second post. Now from the third post onwards, we're going to build your object detector from scratch. So here in the third post, we'll be using two methods called image pyramids and sliding window. Now these are some of the older methods which were used for object detections, and why we using these methods is only to give you a theoretical or a conceptual idea behind many of the advanced object detectors. So the objective for building these from scratch is just to give, so that it will help you in understanding the advanced methods better. So that's in the third post. And the fourth post, we will get into a little more advanced method, which is the RCNN methods, which was based on a CNN model, which is used for object detection. And the fifth, we build an object detector using another advanced method called YOLO. There are different series of YOLO. So we'll be using one of those one of these YOLO methods. And one more, the third method which we'll be using is which will be covered in the post 6 is how to build an object detector using a TensorFlow API. So TensorFlow has built their own object detection APIs, and we'll be using that to build our custom object detector. Now so far all these prototypes which we built, right from image pyramids to Arsine and YOLO and the TensorFlow object detection APIs, were on images. So we will be dealing with images. Now ultimately in our application, what we will do is we will build that in a video file. So how to detect objects in a video file, that's what we are going to cover. And so the 7th post would be a primer on video analytics, how to do video analytics, what are the different methods for doing video analytics. So herein we will tie all these concepts together in this 7th series. And in the 8th post, what we will do is we will use our learning about the video analytics to build that real application for detecting this potholes. So here again we will use either of these methods. We'll try to integrate all these different methods, and then we'll have a choice to use whichever method which we want in our video application. So that's our application which we are going to build, which is going to detect potholes. And finally, in the last post of the series, we will deploy these video applications so that it can be consumed as a service for anybody. So this is this is the complete all the topics which we are going to cover in this complete series. There is a lot of learning to be done. There is a lot of ground to be covered in this, and I believe that this is going to be a very exciting series for you.